Welcome to the second video in our Force series playlist. In this video, we're going to learn how to make the Force Pull force power, and we're also going to add animations to the Force Push. So the Force Pull, if I walk up here, I can pull people towards me. And the Force Push will also get a new arm up animation when we push. If you want the source file, check out the link in the description to our website. And if you want help, check out our Discord server. To get started, let's go back to our server script and our push module here. What we'll do, we'll hit Control D to duplicate it, and then we'll name it pull. And let's go into it. And so right now it's, basically it's the exact same script as our force push script. But what we can do is we can just change a few very small things here to make it work for pulling as well. So first of all, let's rename everything that says force push to force pull. We can do this by highlighting force push by double clicking on one of the spots where it shows up, and then hitting Control H on your keyboard, which will bring up this menu on the right, top right hand side of your screen. And then we can just write in force pull, and then click this magnifying glass with a circle, and then that will change every time it says force push in our script to force pull. And then down here, where it says vector to enemy force vector, what we can do here, rather than saying vector to enemy plus vector 3, we can say negative vector to enemy plus vector 3. And if we test this out, now remember we set Q to be our keybind for this in our client script. So if I look up to these rigs here and click Q, then now everything gets pulled towards me. Now, it's a bit intense. They get flung right over my head, which obviously is not what we want. So let's go back to our force pull script, and maybe rather than dividing by 1.5, let's divide by 2 and see what happens. So dividing by 2 makes our effect less powerful. Okay, so this looks better. We're now getting the characters pulled towards us. Now it looked like, it must have just been the way my character was positioned there. So our characters getting pulled towards us. We can push them away. And so that's a very simple implementation of our force push and force pull. So what we can do now to kind of round off these two systems is implement a very basic animation. So over here, I'm going to drag one of these NPCs over, and we'll open up our animation editor, and we'll click our rig, and we'll name this force activate. And basically, this is going to be the animation that our player does when they do a force power. So we're just going to take this arm and rotate it out in front. So basically our player's arm is going to come out in front when we do a force power. And we want this animation to take a couple seconds here. So I will add in another keyframe here by selecting where it says 0:18 and then just rotating our arm around a little bit to add in a new key point. Let's see how long this takes. So when you click the play button, you'll see how long the animation takes in its entirety. And that's pretty good. It's not too long, not too short. What we'll do now is we'll click these 3 dots. We'll set the animation priority to action 3. The action number really doesn't matter. You can do action all the way through action 4. However, if you have other animations in your game and you want the force powers to take priority over those other animations, you'll want to make sure the action type is one of the higher numbers. So from core idle movement, these are all like low priority ones, and then actions are more higher priority, so they get played over top. So we'll just do action 3. It's not too powerful. It's like the second most powerful, so there might be some other animations in your game that are more important. But yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll come back to these 3 dots, publish to ROBLOX. Now I'm going to change my group to the lettuce garden for this and you can change it to be whatever other group you need it to be for your game. Now, it's important to remember if you don't set up this group stuff properly, your animation won't work in your game. So you have to make sure that you do publish this to the correct group. And then once this is done, you can click Submit. And then before you close it, there's this ID that pops up. And you can click the clipboard here that will allow you to copy the ID, and then you can close it. And then we'll close out our animation editor and come up to replicated storage, make a new folder, call this animations. We'll insert a new animation inside of it. And in the animation ID, we'll paste in the numbers that we just copied. And then we'll name this Force Activate. And then within our Force server, we'll add in a new folder here called Utils or Utilities. And we're going to make a new module in here. And we're going to name this module Get Animation Track. And basically this module is going to return a function that lets us easily get an animation track from other parts of our code base. So we'll return a function, name character. So we want to get the animation name and we want to get the character that it's playing on. We can get the humanoid, local humanoid equals character, find first child humanoid. If not humanoid, then return, for whatever reason the character isn't ready to play animation. Local animator equals humanoid, find first child animator. And then on the animator, we can now load the animation track. So local animation track equals animator, load animation, and then here we can make a new variable up top, local animation equals replicated storage dot animations, find first child name. If not animation, then warn animation name not found. We'll return, and we have to import replicated storage. So local replicated storage equals game get service replicated storage. All right, so now that we've had this, now that we set up this module in our force push up here at the top, we can require this. So local get animation track equals require script.parent.utils.get animation track. And then here in start, what we can do here is we can say get animation track. And this is called, we named our animation Force Activate. We can pass in self.character, and then we'll name this local track equals. And we can say here, if the track exists, then track play. So if the get animation track succeeds, then we'll play the track. And we can copy and paste most of this into our force pull script as well. So force pull, we'll open this up. In our start, we'll paste all of that stuff. And then for the get animation track, copy that line and require that as well. So now when we play and test our game, when we push, okay, it looks like it might not be working for some reason. Okay, let's look into why this might not be working. So it's not working because in our get animation track, we have to actually return the animation track. Very, very simple mistake, one line mistake. Luckily, so now we can test this out. And now when we do our force push, our arm jumps in front of us. And force pull, same thing. Our arm pops up in front of us. So that's it for this video, pretty short video. We have our force push now, we have our force pull, we have our animations working. In the next video, we're gonna go over the force choke. If you have any questions, make sure you head over to our Discord server. If you want the assets for this video, check out the link in the description to our website. And if you have any suggestions for more force powers, please leave a comment, and I'll make sure to read every comment so that we can create all the force powers that you want to learn how to make. And I hope to see you guys in the next video.